Hello, I'm John Johnson, Editor-in-Chief of Secrets of Home Theater and High Fidelity. This year, in 2014, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary of publishing on the Internet. As part of that celebration, we're having what we call the Secrets Salon Presentation, which occurs this coming weekend, March 1st and 2nd, 2014, on both afternoons. And we're going to present 3 different rooms of the best 2-channel and home theater hi-fi audio and video that we can find. Now, if Thomas Edison could have traveled forward in time to today, I wonder what he would think of how his inventions have turned out. If we take the light bulb, it looks pretty much the same now as it did when he invented it back in the late 1800s. So there's no change there. If we take a movie camera, it does pretty much the same thing now as it did then. The intricacies of the mechanics are more sophisticated and the lenses are better and that sort of thing, but it still shoots 24 frames per second on 35mm film. And that hasn't changed for nearly a century. But now we come to the gramophone, and that's where there's a huge difference. He invented that in the late 1800s, and the commercial recordings came out on wax cylinders, and then went to plastic cylinders, and then went to plastic discs, and then went to the vinyl discs, 12 inches in diameter, that we know of today. Vinyl had its heyday in the 1950s, when a top hit on the charts would sell over 1 million copies. And something happened to change all of this. It was the CD. Analog sound went to digital, and is known commonly as the compact disc. When CDs went on the market, everything changed. We all got rid of our analog recordings, taking them down to the Goodwill, which I wish I hadn't done, and millions of CDs were sold. When CDs hit the market, everything changed. Millions of CDs were sold, and this impacted the sales of vinyl, and vinyl all but disappeared. I say all but disappeared because it appears now that it's coming back again. But instead of selling millions of one record, one top hit, about 1 million vinyl discs are sold each year. But that's officially a resurgence. And the reason for the resurgence is that many audiophiles now feel that vinyl sounds better than CDs. The initial CDs were called Redbook CDs, and they had a sampling frequency of 44.1 thousand samples per second, and each sample was 16 bits long. And each sample coded for a voltage on the acoustical waveform. Now, over the past few years, higher sampling rates have been developed, and these go to 4 times as much samples as the Redbook CD, and they're called high-resolution audio. At the Salon Presentation, we're going to show the attendees equipment that will reproduce all kinds of digital sounds, from the Redbook CD to the high-resolution CD, and also we're going to demonstrate analog sound on vinyl reissues of classical recordings. And the attendees will be able to compare the sound of a CD that was made from those analog recordings with an original analog recording, and will get an opinion as to whether they think that vinyl sounds better than CDs. We have equipment here that many of the attendees probably never even knew existed or have never heard before. And the reason that we're giving the Salon Presentation is that because many of the audio stores that used to demonstrate such equipment and sell it to consumers no longer exist. They're becoming home theater installers. So we decided to give a Salon Presentation and bring in audiophiles and people who are interested in having high-end audio in their homes but don't have a place to go and listen to it. The total value of the equipment that the manufacturers loaned to us for this is about $250,000. We have power amplifiers that cost $85,000 a pair. We have preamplifiers that cost $35,000. We have turntables that cost $12,000. We have speakers that cost $80,000 a pair. These are the kind of products that most audiophiles have never heard before, but will hear at the Salon Presentation.